Welcome to In the Community with Tiffany K.
And we're back with In the Community. I'm Tiffany K. And this week I have two lovely men in here with me. And we're going to be talking a lot about the Fredericksburg area health and support services. And of course, Pride Month, because it is getting that time. Well, it is that time, actually. So let me first introduce them. We have Jason and Drew. How are you both doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
I am doing great.
Great.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming in today. I'm happy to have you here. Excited to talk about all the events that are going to be happening this month and a lot having to do with the Fredericksburg area health and support services as well. So, Jason, I know you work with them. So can we start off with you and just tell us a little bit about the mission and vision of the Fredericksburg area health and support services?
Absolutely. And FAHAS as we go by.
FAHAS, perfect. I was like, this is going to be a long thing.
Yes. The mission is to positively impact individual and community health. And with that in mind, our ultimate vision is to really become a central hub for minority healthcare needs in this region. Oh, wow. Okay. And is there a lot of need in this region for that minority healthcare? I'd say so, yes. Mm-hmm. There's, of course, a variety of minority populations that we service, Hispanic communities, people of color, and the LGBTQ community. And thank you for mentioning that, because I do want to jump into that, the LGBTQ community. Another reason why we're here, it is Pride Month. And Drew, you are part with the Pride Center, Fredericksburg Pride Center, correct?
So I'm with Fredericksburg Pride.
Okay.
So we overcomplicate everything, but we're just Fredericksburg Pride. We're the 501c3. We put on the Pride Festival every year.
Okay, perfect.
We were founded in 2001, and our mission is to create a safe and welcoming environment for the LGBTQ plus community and our neighbors.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
So I do want to kind of jump into a little bit of this, especially in the community. There is a big LGBTQ community here. I mean, there is everywhere, of course. We like to say that. But we do want to jump into this because it is Pride Month. And what does it mean to be part of the Pride community within Fredericksburg? Is there a lot of support? How can we get involved? Kind of want to go through that.
Absolutely. Well, it's really about creating that space for people who have specific needs. And some of these needs are just a community to be part of, a place to make friends. And then as far as FAHAS is concerned, we have healthcare resources to connect people to.
Okay.
And that becomes a specific need for a lot of people when they're looking for specific sorts of treatment options or culturally competent healthcare.
Okay. And so I'm sure that has to be a process for a lot of people to go through. You can't just go, unfortunately, to a regular doctor.
It really just depends on the doctor. I couldn't speak to every healthcare provider in the area.
Of course.
Only to our healthcare through Mosaic Care Center that we do train our staff, send them to trainings specifically for this population. Okay. And where can people find resources and information about that if they need to? They could go, of course, to fahas.org. That's FAHASS.org. Or to mosaiccarecenter.com, which is our healthcare clinic. Okay, perfect. And in terms of the Pride community, I do understand there is a Pride Center.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the creation of that?
Yeah, absolutely. The Pride Center kind of is part of a long process. When our executive director first moved to this area, he was coming from a history of working at other LGBTQ community centers in other areas of Virginia. And he recognized that need in this area. With that in mind, he started making steps towards the capability of opening the center. The first step of that was in 2020 with the opening of Mosaic Care Center as that first step. And then 2 years later, we've been able to open the Pride Center itself.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Those types of resources within our organization.
And what are some of the services that are offered there?
Of course, we offer a lot of community programs, activities for people to attend, fun social events. Then we have mental health care resources in-house, licensed professional counselor, and primary care needs, as well as specific gender-affirming care, hormone replacement therapy, PrEP services, free condom distribution, free STI and HIV screenings.
Oh, that's amazing. And that's a great thing to have as part of the community as well. And how would you say the community is with some of our Pride events that we have going on during the summer? I know it's during June, but
Yeah. So I will say, touching on something you talked about is we are here. I mean, the LGBTQ plus community is here. I grew up here, and it can be isolating at times. You kind of feel like you're alone. And something that I know that Fredericksburg Pride, as well as Fajas, we're striving to make the connections and let everyone know that you're not alone. We are here, and put together events where you can come together and see the community as a whole and see that you are not alone, and then create those connections and create the family, chosen family, like we like to talk about. So just taking all of that and putting it together to create a community within Fredericksburg that was already there, but we just didn't know that we were here.
Yeah, I love that, though. Being able to create those connections is very important for any community. And I am curious, what are some of the events that you do to create those community connections?
So,
I know we got some coming up.
Yes, we do. June is a busy month for both of our organizations.
Of course.
But the main one that we have coming up, the big one, is the Pride Festival. This is our fifth year, technically fourth year as a nonprofit organization. Wow. But this year is actually going to be at Riverfront Park downtown.
Okay.
And we will have vendors and performances. And we're really excited to have it back in the heart of downtown. We started at Her Camp Park and then went out to Old Mill, and now we're back in the city so that we can show the city, that we want to spread our money everywhere and really help the city as a whole.
And is it free for public, open to everybody?
Free for the public, and we actually will start with a march at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
The festival opens at the park at 11, and then we will even have a after party after that at Market Square.
Okay.
As well.
So it's a full day.
A full day.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
I love that. And what day is that?
That is June the 29th. June the 29th.
Okay.
Saturday, June the 29th.
Perfect. And what are some of the other things that we have happening throughout the month?
So we actually, both of our organizations have a kickoff event. It's at Rebellion downtown from 4 to 7.
Okay.
It's free to come, and we'll have some celebrity bartenders.
Oh, very cool.
And then there's actually a drag queen karaoke also later that night. And then Jason?
Directly following Fredericksburg Pride's kickoff event, 4 to 7 at Rebellion. Walk right a block down the street to Curitiba Art Cafe, and we have our Neon Nights Pride Month kickoff party there at Curitiba. So people can just make a full evening of it, one event to the next.
That's awesome. And that'll be literally a great kickoff to the entire summer with all of that.
Exactly.
That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm speaking with Jason and Drew. We're talking about Pride Month. We're talking about Fredericksburg Area Health and Support Services. I do want to go back a little bit. We were talking about the Pride Center, Jason. Can you kind of give me a few success stories or positive impacts that have happened because of this within the community?
Absolutely. In general, a lot of people coming to our events have told us about how it's specifically improved their lives when they, for instance, didn't feel like they had a resource, a place to make friends. And we've kind of brought that together for them to have that safe and welcoming environment. And it's addressed some of those issues of social isolation that I believe I mentioned earlier, to bring them out of their shells, have them feel more comfortable with who they are, and just in general, Pride Month. So bringing that all together in the idea of pride.
I love that. And how did these two organizations team up?
Well, we of course offer the Pride Center itself offers a free meeting space for LGBTQ groups and organizations, and Fredericksburg Pride does events sometimes at our venue. They meet there. And we also do a number of events together, which I'll let Drew speak on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we love the Pride Center. It gives us a space to meet. We are a nonprofit organization, and we do have a board. I'm the president this year, but we don't have an actual physical space. Okay. So the great thing about the Pride Center is if we want to hold different events and things like we do throughout the year, last year we had 90 different events that we held, and a few of them were at the Pride Center.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which was amazing for us. What events were you talking about specifically?
Well, you know the big one, our second one, the Pride Prom.
Pride Prom.
Oh, how could you forget the Pride Prom?
How could you forget? You love to dance.
Me too.
I mean, you were dressed very dapper right now, so,
Thank you so much.
I was like, you have to be talking about some sort of dance or something.
And he's great. But we do have that coming up, Friday, June 14th.
Okay.
The tickets are on sale now. And people can get those leading right up to the event. It'll be at the Central Rappahannock Regional Library in downtown Fredericksburg.
And it's just a night of dancing, fun, food, drinks.
And the great thing about Pride Prom for me is a lot of the LGBTQ community grew up. They either didn't go to prom or they went to prom with who they did not want to go with. So now, as an adult, they get to choose who they go with, what they wear.
I love that.
And the whole experience and relive a part of their childhood that maybe they didn't get to do as a kid.
I love that.
And even if it's not prom specifically, it's just an opportunity to get together, have fun, dance.
Make those connections.
Exactly.
And I will say, now that you're an adult, you don't have to look back on bad prom pictures of your fashion choices because you get to pick your fashion now.
So this year's theme is 90s.
That's a great time.
And so if we could get some bad 90s
you want
hair,
the bad.
I mean, don't we all need that really bad prom photo?
No, because I hide mine. So I don't know about all that, but I love that though. Awesome. So where you said online that people can get tickets?
Yes, probably the easiest resource is Facebook and Instagram. We do have a co-managed event on Facebook for 90s Pride Prom, so they can find us online, Pride Center FXBG on Facebook.
Okay.
And I believe, Drew, your FXBG Pride or Fredericksburg Pride spelled out. If you look up either of those, you'll find it. So you can find those events for both of our organizations, both that one specifically and any of the others throughout the month.
And I also wanted to talk about this because you said throughout the month, which of course it is Pride Month, but also throughout the year. You're saying you do like 90 events throughout the year. What are some of the other ones that people can look forward to outside of this Pride Month? Because I think people get very focused. It's like, oh, it's June, Pride Month. These are the only time events happen. Not true, of course.
Exactly. So Fredericksburg Pride, we have monthly events. They happen every month.
Okay.
We have a women's group that meets the last Monday of the month every month, and they get together at different locations and meet and have meals, go on hikes, different things every month. And then we, in coordination with the library downtown, we have a youth book club and an adult book club that meet once every month.
Very cool.
So there's different things, and I know that you, Jason, you guys do a lot too.
We do. We're both doing a lot.
Yeah.
We specifically do monthly recurring activities. We have a board game night at the center as well as a craft night.
Okay.
We have a weekly coffee social at Curitiba every single Friday.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we have a monthly brunch.
Okay.
Occurs. So, and we post about those events. We advertise them upcoming
awesome.
on our media.
And is it free, once again, for the public and who wants to join?
Yep.
Yeah.
All free. Except for if you're purchasing a beverage or food
of course.
at the venue.
Of course, yeah.
And I will say, we just started this 2 months ago. We have a drag brunch that we are hosting at Casey's downtown.
Oh, that's exciting.
It is a ticketed event, so you do have to buy a ticket.
Of course.
But we're doing that on the last Sunday of the month. And again, you can check our socials on Instagram and Facebook, but those have been a lot of fun.
Oh, yes. I've been to a few. They're always a great time. Yes. They're a great time to go out with your friends and just have a great day.
Mimosas were flowing.
Of course they were. You can't have one of those and not have mimosas, okay? I'm speaking with Jason and Drew. I wanted to talk a little bit about how can the community get involved a little bit more with each of your organizations, supporting the LGBTQ plus community, and just kind of be part of it, especially if they haven't heard about these organizations before.
Probably the very first way is to get on social media, follow us there, invite your friends, tell people that we exist, get the word out there. And secondarily, come to the events if you're interested. Bring a friend to those events.
Yeah.
As nonprofits, of course, one of the main big ways that we're able to do things for the community is through donations as well. So either of our organizations can accept donations. And we do some of those specific fundraiser type events that are coming up, as Drew mentioned, with the drag shows and then the events that we're doing during Pride Month as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's amazing.
And I think an important thing to also talk about is you don't have to be one of the letters. You don't have to be an LGBT. You can be an ally. You can just be a regular person that just doesn't identify as anything. You are always, we welcome everyone.
Yeah.
So, and I think a really good event that we have in June again, because June is a heavy month,
of course,
is FAJAS and Fredericksburg Pride are hosting an ally course, and it's a lunch and learn at the library, and it's how to be an ally.
Oh,
so
that's amazing.
If you would like to just kind of learn a little bit about how to be there for the LGBTQ community, you can show up to the lunch and learn on June the 14th.
I think that's important to point out, too, because I've been an ally growing up my whole life. I was in theater, dance, all that stuff. So I've loved being a part of that. But people don't realize that the best thing that you can do, it doesn't have to be money or anything. It can just be that person. And I actually wanted to go into this a little bit for the community. What would you like to tell them in order to be an ally and to support and just be there for you? What's a tip or a trick or...
I think... in general, a way to support anyone at all, no matter how they identify, is develop your listening skills. Become a good listener.
That's good.
If you can hear a person and hear and really listen to their needs and appropriately respond or not respond, because sometimes people just need an ear.
Right.
That's the best way you can support anyone at all.
Yeah.
And Jason, you're 100% right. And I think as humans, we just are programmed to just have like a snap opinion or decision. And just, as Jason said, just listening, being respectful is so easy.
Having an open mind.
Exactly. And yes, it may not be something that you 100% subscribe to and understand, but just talk to someone, have a conversation, just be that open person. And love is one of the easiest things that we can do.
Yeah. Judging is not anywhere necessary in the human life, right?
Exactly.
Just have love, be open-minded. And I love hearing that. That's why I wanted to touch on it a little bit today. And going from there, you know, if there are individuals in the community who are struggling with their identity, facing discrimination, maybe they just want to learn more about this, what exactly should they do? Should they reach out to the Pride Center? How do they get involved? Because, you know, there are people who are probably struggling right now and they just don't know where to start, or they're scared to ask for help.
Definitely. Reaching out. We do at FAJAS have a direct Pride Center line. People can call our direct phone line and then choose extension 8 for that. It's a pretty easy phone number, I think, but 540-907-4555, and extension 8 would be that Pride Center line.
Okay. And when they reach out to that, that's how they get some support.
They could, or connect on social media, send a message there, so they'll get a reply.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to.
Exactly. And if you go to Fredericksburg Pride or FXBGPride.com, there's a whole resource page with different resources and free numbers that you can call just to talk to someone if you need to.
Okay. I think that's the biggest thing, just being able to talk to somebody, being there for it. And don't be afraid to come to the events. Who knows what you'll find out.
And in Fredericksburg Pride, we have so many volunteering opportunities.
I was just about to ask.
The events in June. So if you would like to volunteer for anything, for Pride Prom, for the festival, for the after party, for the march, for anything, go to our socials. There's a sign up link that you can sign up to volunteer.
Because I'm sure that you guys run on volunteers.
Yes.
Yeah. So you always need more. That's why I like putting out there. We always need more volunteers.
Yes, please.
And also for the Fredericksburg Area Health and Support Services, volunteer opportunities?
We do have volunteer opportunities. They vary between our medical community services and through these events as well. Okay.
And they can just go to the website to find those as well?
They could, yes.
Awesome. Well, I'm speaking with Jason and Drew. I want to start with Jason with the FAJAS. What is the long-term goal for the Pride Center in this community?
To expand our resources that we're offering. We do have all the community activities we're already doing. We'd like to be able to do more of that and to expand and enlarge the center, get a bigger event space where we can do some of these larger type events that we've been talking about in-house. And then expand also our satellite office because we do work in the greater region, not just Fredericksburg itself, but many of the surrounding counties, all the way out into Culpeper where we do have an office. So being able to offer everything we offer here more robustly in that area as well.
Okay. And what about for Fredericksburg Pride? What's the long-term goal? We
would love to have our Pride Festival every year.
Of course.
And I think that, we would love just a more inclusive and open world, which is, I know, a huge,
You're going for the lofty goals.
Exactly.
I don't think they're that lofty.
But just making Fredericksburg more open and welcome would be something that we would both love to see.
Yeah. And what about teaming up with different organizations, sponsors, collaborations? Are you both organizations open to that?
We both already do it.
Yeah.
In fact, both of our organizations work with local, both supportive ally type businesses and also specific LGBTQ owned businesses to put on some of these events and do other types of activities.
Oh, that's awesome.
Absolutely. Out of our 90 events last year, we partnered with 37 different organizations and partnerships.
Wow.
So that's awesome. Super important.
So if somebody's listening right now and they want to sponsor one of the events we've been talking about, they find it on your website, can they just reach out to either organization?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes, please.
Yeah, you're like, please do so. I love that. Well, Jason and Drew, we've been talking about Pride Month. We've been talking about Fredericksburg Pride, Fredericksburg Area Health and Support Services. Are there any other special events that you guys want to just kind of promote or throw out there for the month of June? Because we're there. We're here. It's happening.
Well, we have, again, the Pride Month kickoff events. June 7th would be First Friday in downtown Fredericksburg.
Oh, fun times.
We have the Miss Roper Romp, which, if you're familiar, Three's Company inspired. I would view it as a type of drag, but an opportunity for people to dress up in their Miss Roper inspired garb and join us for First Friday in downtown. That's co-sponsored with the Downtown Dolls.
Oh, that's all. I love the Downtown Dolls.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's always fun to see.
And June 21st, we have Pride Night at the Fred Nat Stadium.
Okay.
So their fireworks show that night.
Yep.
And we'll be there.
And that's always a good time. We've been to a lot of the baseball games there. Their food is amazing. So if you want chicken tenders and that's why you want to go ahead. And then support, of course, Pride Night. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Any more for I know you have a lot more. I wish I gave you the whole show to just talk about it, but
honestly, we could have. But I will say, go to our Instagram. We do have a post that is a list of all of the events. But I do want to point out that there is going to be a drag pageant. The Mix Wigglesburg pageant is going to be on the 8th. And we have different fundraisers throughout the month, like a Cider Lab fundraiser out at Cider Lab in Spotsy. Wow. We have a sweat fundraiser. So if you want to get your sweat on out at Sweat the Gym.
And that's hard.
Yes, but if you want to work out and help us raise money, that there's a fundraiser for that. So there are things throughout the month. So check out our Instagram page for everything.
Okay, and the handle for both Instagram and Facebook?
FXBG Pride or Fredericksburg Pride.
Okay,
you search for something, you'll find us.
It'll pop up. And Drew reminded me, if you're someone who likes to run or stroll briskly or move in whatever fashion, we do have our annual 5K/10K. It's person's choice which one they want to do.
I love that you gave the option too.
Yeah. Rainbow Run upcoming on September 15th. So that's already up online with tickets available for people to sign up to run.
Oh, that's amazing. And once again, your website?
Fahas.org, but you'll find those events right on our Facebook and Instagram. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Well, Jason and Drew, thank you so much for coming in today and talking about such important conversation topic in the area. I hope that we get more light shined on both of these organizations. If you want to volunteer, if you want to sponsor anything, of course, you guys will take all that, donations, and hopefully you have just a successful Pride Month too.
Or if you just want to come hang out.
Or just come hang out, that too. That as well, which I'll be there for some of them. So I'll see you around.
Can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And that'll do it for In the Community this week. If you are a nonprofit and need to bring attention to your cause or organization, please reach out through this station's website, and we will see you next week.